what's going on? We back. Motor City Sports Talk. Me in the building. We're talking about the Juwan Howard hire from University of Michigan. Is it good? Is it bad? Neutral, whatever the situation may be. We know about the friction between the Fab Five and University of Michigan. If you don't know, I'll give you a quick history lesson before we get in depth in the video. Appreciate everybody showing love. Blessings to the brothers and sisters out there supporting the channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, bell icon button if you haven't. Continue to share the video. So, basically, the Fab Five, for the most part, never felt that the University of Michigan wanted them there. I heard, they said they experienced some racism, some letters and stuff of that nature. And then the whole Ed Martin thing with Chris Webber pretty much made them, pretty much be abolished from the history books. Because Chris Webber, basically like Reggie Bush, and if you don't know what happened with Reggie Bush and Chris Webber, Reggie Bush, an agent was paying Reggie Bush family money, and I guess Reggie Bush didn't know nothing about it. He was paying the family money contingent on when Reggie Bush came out as a pro. He signed with a sports agency. Reggie Bush didn't. Then he said, Reggie Bush, you better give me my money I gave to your family. Bush said, F you. And pretty much he told him Reggie Bush has really been, he was really been like estranged from the USC, and he's trying to get back in that relationship when he could have just paid the money. He had it. Allegedly, he paid a woman $3 million to have an abortion, and she didn't have it. So she's 6 months pregnant. So what was it? Whatever he paid your family. But that's the same thing what happened with Chris Webber and Ed Martin. Ed Martin's whole thing was, you can have it. He gave Chris Webber family money. He gave, he bought shoes to the kids that hooped at St. Cecilia and all that back in the day. Took care of people. And his whole thing is, if you make it to the NBA, just shoot me my bread back. If not, it's a gift. All right. So what happened? Chris Webber was the number one player in the country. He made it to the NBA and basically said F Ed Martin. Ed Martin reported it, said that he gave him money because Chris Webber didn't pay it back. And then Chris Webber tried to act like he never took the money when it was valid proof. Jalen Rose said he took money. Ed did it for everybody in the neighborhood. Ed was a good guy. And pretty much that, was broke up the Fab. That's what made the Fab Five be estranged from Michigan. And they never was really wanted to accept it there because they had this. They was black and Michigan was a white university and whoop-de-whoop. So a lot of people was against, them turning Michigan black. But this is supposed to mend the fences. Chris Webber came to the national championship versus Louisville. That was a big step. I know Harbaugh, I think, had him as an honorary captain last year. Jalen Rose, he started coming back to the games. And Ray Walker, Jimmy King, and I forget Ray, whatever his last name was. I'm going to do it like that, But, they started coming back around and stuff. So it's huge because this is supposed to mend the fences between the University of Michigan and the Fab Five. So hopefully Chris Webber and Jalen Rose can bury the hatchet, and they can, talk to the team and they could just, mend the fences and be brothers again. And just put that petty shit aside, Hopefully Juwan Howard can do that. But as far as the hire, like I said, it's a trend going on. I said it before in my other video. Former NBA players, and it's hard for black people, let me say it. It's hard for black people to get head coaching jobs in any major professional sports, NBA, NFL, and Juwan Howard, Patrick Ewing was passed up for multiple jobs. Jerry Stackhouse was passed up for some jobs, even though he's fairly young. So all of them, they went to the college level, Vanderbilt expanded their budget for Jerry Stackhouse. We talked about that a couple months ago. My other channel talked about Penny Hardaway got the #1 recruiting class. Patrick Ewing, he trying to do his thing in Georgetown. He was passed up. And now you got Juwan Howard. Then before that, you also had Kevin Ollie at the University of UConn. I think he led them to at least a national championship appearance. I'm not sure if they won it with Shabazz Napier or not. Can't remember. But something happened up there in that whole situation. But, it was good to see these brothers get this success or have opportunity and success at this level. And, for Juwan Howard, I think it's a good hire. I just do. A lot of people say, oh, no, things like this never work out. When it comes to a brother getting an opportunity, people always skeptical. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm not sure it's a good hire. Shut the fuck up. All right? People had the same thing going on with John Beilein. People, oh, man, John Beilein, he plays that whoop-de-whoop, style down there with Pitt Snoggle down there in West Virginia and whoop-de-whoop. At the end of the day, let the shit just play out. Obviously, John Beilein had head coach experience for West Virginia. He made the adjustment in Big Ten. Juwan Howard has learned under Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra, one of the best coaches out there, Eric Spoelstra. He just don't get the credit because of all the injuries and shit, bullshit going down with Whiteside, Deion Waiters. But Pat Riley's another, great person to learn from. Tough, and Juwan Howard is got an impeccable background. His track record is great, man. He's one of the nicest dudes, he's by the book for the most part as far as, he's a law-abiding citizen. He said one of the nicest dudes you can meet. He's from Chicago. Remember, he signed his letter of intent to Michigan right around that time. His grandmother passed, so he's dealt with adversity. He dealt with the ups and downs. And you know what, man? He know basketball. If you look at the way he played the game, he was a technician on the block. He had great post moves, great fundamentals, and that's what the game is missing. You know what I'm saying? The game is missing fundamentals. Post move. Can you hook over your right shoulder? Can you hook over your left shoulder? Can you drop step? Can you shoot the 10 to 15 footer? And at the end of the day, fundamentals is what you need to learn, but also he brings cachet. Cachet to a college landscape that's changing. It's changing from the Caliparis to the Mike Krzyzewski. Now you infuse the NBA talent. And what do these kids want the most? The kids want to go to the NBA. You know what I'm saying? The kids want they want to go to the league. And also you infuse some of that lineage. You bring Chris Webber back. They see Chris Webber on the tube. They see Jalen Rose on the tube. You know what I'm saying? They see all these different dudes on the tube. And if Michigan can start having Brady's come back through, the Desmond Howard start coming back through, start having those dudes coming there, Beilein Edwards start coming back through. You had those dudes coming back through the door. I guarantee you, not even on the basketball side, but the football side, a lot of things can change. People say, oh, shit, you know what I'm saying? Damn, that's Chris Webber. Whoop-de-whoop, he came and give us advice. Hoop with him, give him some advice, give him some pointers. It should be beautiful. But the thing about Juwan Howard is, John Beilein's never recruited. He's never recruited a McDonald's All-American. That should change. I believe it will change. It's gonna change. Because Juwan Howard, he gets you where you want to go. Even more than Tom Izzo. Tom Izzo ain't never had no really big NBA stars. Zebo, Gary Harris, that's pretty much it. Juwan Howard could say, shit, you go to Michigan State, you know what they say about Tom Izzo. He gonna F your chances up in the league. He gonna F you up. They said it about Caleb Lucas. They said it about a lot of different guys that came through there. Keith Appling said he messed his career up going to Michigan State. So he said you can go to state and not make it to the league. You come to Michigan and we gonna get you prepared for the NBA, just as Kentucky do, just as Memphis down there and Penny Hardaway gonna do. We gonna get you ready for the league, and that's what the kids want. Kids don't want to be in school for 2, 3, 4 years. They want to make it to the league. They want to have their best shot of making it to the league. They want to get pro experience from pro people that have been there. And then on that, who better off to learn from than Juwan Howard, who had the first $100 million contract in NBA history? You know what I'm saying? Like that's revolutionary right there. That's history. That can never be changed. He got the first $100 million contract. And then, he goes into living rooms and recruit. Like, it ain't nothing bad about Juwan Howard out there. Nothing. Married man, good dude, lost his grandmother when he signed to Michigan. Like, it's nothing bad about him out there, man. Really solid man. And that's what you want. John Beilein seemed to be a really, really solid dude. So what better way else to follow up with somebody with impeccable character, who ain't going to be cussing and your kid gonna learn some morals. He gonna learn, what it's like to be on the road in the NBA. You're gonna be prepared for that. And he getting 5 years, $2 million a clip. That's $10 million. Really, that's nothing for Michigan to buy him out of his contract if they want to get rid of him. So really, this program is on the right road though. It ain't like this is a water boy where you got the mud dogs at the bottom of the barrel. You got a program that just need to get to the next level, win a national championship. You need a program that need those type of flamboyant players. The reason the football team get more cachet and they more celebrated is because they get the Jabril Peppers. You know what I'm saying? They got that new recruit dude out there. I can't remember his name. They get the Joe Miltons. They get the Shea Pattersons. You know, they get the Devin Bushes. They get the high profile players. People want to see talent. People want to see elite talent before they get to the next level. They want Drew Henson. You know what I'm saying? They want the hot shot, you know, one of the greatest athletes that come in, you know, Michigan high school history. You know, they want those type of dudes. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want. You know, and at the end of the day, that's what you got to give them. You know, and then you see Chrysler Arena, you know, filled up. You will see it filled up. Trust me. You will see it filled up. When you start putting number one talents out there, you know what I'm saying? You start getting like McDonald's All-Americans. Jersey's going to fly off the rack. So that's one thing, you know, Juwan Howard can do. He can make their revenue go up by recruiting higher profile players. Now, John Beilein, a lot of players didn't want to come and play for John Beilein. But you know what? John Beilein's gift was he developed and he did more with less. So Juwan Howard going to have to take some of that concept when doing more than less. But then again, he going to have to infuse some elite talent. And once he infuses that elite talent, he got to make it work. And if he makes it work, then he going to be the toast of the town. Now, the real question is if he, you know, at the end of the day, we already talked about if it don't work and he terrible at it or whatever, then they could just buy him out of his contract. It's only $10 million for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? They can buy him out that contract. But if it do work and he really good, is this his dream job or do he still got admirations for coaching in the NBA? That's what you really want to know. You know, is this a job where he gonna be a Tom Izzo or is this a job like John Beilein? This is gonna be a excuse me, my dog playing with me. This is going to be like a catapult or a two-step up to a better position, you know. So that's the real on it, you know. But we'll see, man. But, hey, it ain't going to be too hard to live up to expectations in Michigan because guess what? John Harbaugh ain't doing shit. You know, he ain't doing nothing. Or Jim Harbaugh, excuse me. He ain't doing nothing in the University of Michigan, you know. And ain't nobody pretty much complaining about him too much every now and again. So if you could just be a little bit better than him, shit, you know, everything could fall in place for you. The standards, this Michigan supposed to be a quote-unquote football school, but the standards ain't too high for the football team. You know what I'm saying? So I want to hear people giving Jim Harbaugh a pass and say, oh, you know, whoop-de-whoop, and then they trying to come down on Juwan Howard, okay? We not doing that. Keep that same energy for the football team, but I'm happy with the hire. I think it's a good hire. And in time, you take a wait and see approach. Is this going to be a great hire, a good hire, a solid hire, a terrible hire, a bad hire, or was it, you know, going wrong? At the end of the day, can't nobody tell you until he hit the ground running, he get his guys in there, he get the coaching, see how you manage your game and stuff of that nature. So at the end of the day, good guy, good character guy, should be able to recruit good. Michigan got a lot of money, so we'll see how it really boiled down. But I'm happy with the hire, and like I said before, I'm always happy to see brothers get opportunities like this. I'm happy for Stack, you know, former players. I'm happy for Ewing. I'm happy for Penny Hardaway in Memphis with Mike Miller and Sam Mitchell. I'm happy to see former NBA players, you know, come back and coach and contribute back to the young guys. Just because the NBA didn't want you, you know, don't mean some young men in college don't need you. And being a college coach is a little bit different from the NBA coach. You a mentor. You know what I'm saying? You a mentor young men. And even if they don't make it to the NBA, your life lesson is going to impact them forever. But, hey, Motor City Sports Talk, appreciate everybody for checking in. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You know, you can reach out to the email. If you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video request, keep sharing the videos, man. Appreciate the love and support, man. And let me know what you guys think about the Juwan Howard hire, man, in the comment section. Good fellas.